Okay. So today we're going to start with a tapping practice, and we'll be tapping on acupressure points in our bodies to release energy. And we're going to, at the same time, repeat statements in our minds that may be emotionally charged, targeted, affirmative, and affirming, or progressive. These statements may also change as the energy and the mood in our body changes. So experience that create feelings of anxiety and stress, that kind of thing, even sadness and anger. It's like malware being embedded in our system. And tapping is a way to tap into the emotions and energy and to disable and uninstall the malware. So the practice can be used by children both young and old, and it can be used at various times of the day, at any point that you may need to change energy, to deal with a frustration, a disappointment, or even to prepare for bed. Just like in any asana practice, don't be surprised if emotions do arise, because like asana practice, we're releasing physical tension, and through that, sometimes emotions can arise. So I encourage you to continue to be curious, to explore the emotions and sensations, as well as to embrace them, and to rewire the programming in our bodies. So for today, we can choose any type of a statement that may work for you. Perhaps you want to explore an emotion that you had in the past few days, a frustration, a disappointment, or some sort of an energy. This could be anything from sadness to loneliness, anger, or even extreme joy, or fear. I know a lot of us are going through uncertain times, and perhaps you just want to explore how that's affecting you. I will walk you through the first two sides of the body, and then I will allow you to just go at your own pace. We will resume all together into our asana practice, and we'll focus today on stability and strength of our lower bodies. So when you're ready, meet me on the mat in mountain pose with our feet firmly planted underneath us. And let's just ground and root through the feet, feeling all four corners of the feet pressing into the mat, keeping our arms however is most comfortable. Perhaps you even want to keep them in prayer pose just to start. We're going to take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing the muscles in our faces to soften. And we'll slowly run through a body scan to get a sense of the mood and the energy running through our bodies from head to toe. Running through each part of the body, not missing a part and not getting stuck anywhere along the way. We'll bring our attention up to the breath, noticing each inhalation and exhalation and the speed of each. And for our first round of tapping, we'll tap with the right hand, first karate chopping the back of the left hand. So again, let's find our position. Right hand is karate chopping the back of the left hand, and finding a statement or an affirmation that may work for you today. Maybe even something to the effect of, even though I ate too much sugar, I am still reaching my goals. I'm making progress. Even though I missed a deadline, I'm still a valuable employee. I have compassion, I have grace, I am fearless, I am strong. Bringing the right hand to the top of our head with the first two fingers, we'll tap on the top of the head. Continuing with your statement as you like. Coming to the forehead between the eyebrows, tapping gently. Coming to the temple on the right side beside the eye. And coming underneath the right eye on the cheekbone. Underneath the nose, on top of the lip. And now underneath on the chin. Coming over to the left collarbone. And now lifting the left arm, tapping underneath the armpit. Resetting at the beginning, karate chopping the right hand with the left. Perhaps readjusting your statement, modifying it as needed. Bringing your left hand to the top of your head, the first two fingers tapping gently on the crown of the head. Coming back down to your forehead in between the eyebrows, tapping gently. Over to the left eye, to the temple. And now under the eye at the cheekbone. Coming underneath the nose on top of the lip. Coming onto your chin. Down to the right collarbone. And now underneath the right arm. And we'll go back through both sides one more time. Left hand karate chopping with the right. Finding a statement that resonates with you, an affirmation. Being mindful to be curious of any emotions and sensations that might arise in the body, and to embrace them as we change our energy. Bringing our right hand to the top of the crown of the head and working our way through at our own pace. I will be quiet and let you follow through. Once you've finished tapping on both sides, run through another body scan from head to toe, noting any changes in the vibrations and energy in the body. Perhaps some of our sensations have shifted. Taking a moment to notice the mood and the state of our body in this moment. Bringing our attention back to the breath. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. Good. Coming back to the sounds of the space around us. We blink our eyes open and we'll shift our feet slightly from hip width, enough to create space in our bodies for our squat set. On the inhale, we'll sweep our arms all the way up over our heads, palms together. On the exhale, we sink down into a squat. Inhale, we forward fold, allowing our heads to hang low. And then exhale, we slowly stack the vertebrae one at a time, coming up like a rag doll, lifting our shoulders and head. We'll repeat this motion. Inhale, swooping the arms up. Exhale, coming down into our squat. Coming into our forward fold, keeping our knees bent as needed. And then slowly stacking our vertebrae one at a time. Flowing through this in a speed that suits the rhythm of our breath and our bodies, creating space as needed in our legs, widening our stance in order to create space for our bellies and our chests. Being honest with the space that our bodies need. As we inhale curiosity, we exhale expectation, judgment, and competition. Slowly warming up our core, our bodies and our legs. Possibly activating the Ujjayi breath that runs along the back of the nasal cavity. Breathing with sound, helping to warm our inner core and to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing calm and balance to our nervous system. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up over the head. Exhale, we sink down into chair, hands to heart, holding here. Maintaining a tall upper body, pressing the palms together, shoulders down, driving the shoulder blades towards the spine. Sinking our glutes back, pressing the weight into our heels. Hinging at the hips, squatting, possibly even bringing our feet a little bit wider. And if you feel stable enough to lift the arms into a skier squat, you are welcome to do so. Alternatively, keeping the hands down on the mat. Inhale, we swoop all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, sinking back down. Come back into our skier. Inhale, coming into chair. Exhale, swooping the arms all the way around back, hands to heart. And we'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, sweeping hands up. Exhale, lowering into chair. Skier squat. Taking another breath here. Creating space for our abdomen. Creating space for our breath. Inhale into the chair. Exhale, swooping the hands back to heart center. 2 more. Maintaining a neutral neck. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, hands swoop around, coming back to heart center. And let's do 1 more, taking a break at any point we might need. Listening to our bodies, and again going to the speed of the rhythm of our breath. Skier squat. Inhale, coming into chair. Exhale, swooping, hands to heart center. Taking a deep breath in, and exhaling through the mouth. We reset. Wiggling the feet back in slightly. We're going to come into a forward fold, so swooping the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Holding here. Once stable, driving the weight through the heels, we can lift the arms off the mat and shift the weight left to right, bending 1 leg at a time. Starting to shift, wake up the back of the legs. Noting the sensations we may have in the lower back, the hamstrings, the calf muscles, and the ankles. Allowing our heads to hang heavy, and the neck is hanging loose and low. Shifting the weight left to right. Being gentle with our bodies as we warm up. Good. Finding stillness here, bending the knees, once again coming into our skier squat. Inhale into chair, and we exhale, rise up, hands to heart. Good. Well done. We're coming onto the top of our mat, and we're doing modified sun salutations from here. So we'll come into chair and then lower down into a lunge. So inhale with arms up. Exhale, coming into chair. Again, creating enough space for the feet, the hips, the bellies. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, flat back, bending the knees if we need to get there. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing the hands down on the mat. We step back with our left foot. We're in a lunge position here, keeping the hands on the mat. Either the knee lowers to the mat or it stays high. Your choice. Good. Drawing the chest through the shoulders. We'll take it slow and deconstruct our Sun Salutation. Good. Lowering the left knee. We step back into all fours with the right knee. Bringing our hands down underneath the shoulders. Drawing our bodies forward over top of the wrists and lowering down into half chaturanga or full. Pressing back up. Coming into down dog. And we'll hang out here for a few breaths. Again, pedaling the feet, bending one knee at a time and shifting the weight left to right. Driving one heel into the mat at a time. Once again, we've got a long, heavy neck and head. No tension now. You can freely move the head around. Pressing the hands into the mat, drawing energy from the earth as we lift the sit bones to the sky and shift our weight left to right. Finding stillness in our down dog. Good. We're going to step back through with our right foot into our hands and back into our lunge. We step in with our left foot. We're in our forward fold. Coming into halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, we swoop all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We take a breath in between. We'll repeat this on both sides. So stepping back with the right leg this next time. Inhale, swooping up. Exhale, coming into chair. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Planting the hands, we step back with the right leg. Again, high or low. We step back with our left foot into all fours. Planting the hands in front of us. Half chaturanga or full. Bending the elbows into the sides of our bodies. And then we press back up, curling the feet underneath our shins, lifting the sit bones, and coming back into our down dog. This time, let's shift the hips left and right, working the ankles a bit, drawing awareness to the ankle joints, as well as the feet. Noticing any different sensations you may be feeling at this point. Maybe you're feeling the back of your legs open up a bit. Good. And coming into a still dog, we gaze forward. We step back with our left foot. We're in our lunge. Drawing the right foot back in. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees. Inhale, swooping all the way up. Palms are touching. And down to heart center. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We reset. We step back again with our left foot this next time. Inhale, swooping the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Going to your speed, the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we're back down in our forward fold, coming into a lunge, either a plank or all fours. Chaturanga. Back to plank or all fours, and then down dog. Choosing whichever vinyasa works for you, going to the speed of your breath. You know the motions now. We step back into forward fold. Don't overthink it. There's no drama. Just move. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. When you're ready, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, we reset. Again, going to your speed. We'll do the same, stepping back with the right foot. Finding a flow that suits you today. Listening to our bodies and moving to the flow of our breath. Let's go again on each side. One more on the opposite side. Adding to your vinyasa as you like. We all meet back in mountain pose at the top of our mats. Taking a deep breath in and sighing it out. Taking a sip of water if you need. Coming back up into mountain pose. We're going to step wide on our mats, coming into our goddess stance. We're going to do a sequence of warriors, but before we do that, I want to open up the inner thigh muscles a little bit. So we'll do a sequence of sun or moon flowers, whichever you prefer. So once again, swooping our arms up on the inhale. This time we'll round the arms out as we come into a squat, hinging at the hips. Going to your speed, your breath. Either drawing the arms, shoulder blades into the spine like a 5-pointed star, or hinging and swooping the arms towards the earth. Your choice. Again, no drama, just move. Listening to the body and finding a flow that works for us today. Again, we let go of competition. We left our egos at the door today. Exploring our sensations, being curious to check in with the body, what's happening, where we may have imbalances that we may need to work on. Good, we'll do 3 more. Breathing with sound. Bringing our hands back to heart center. Pivoting our bodies over to the right. So the back foot is coming to a 45-degree angle. The front foot is going to be forward facing. Coming into a warrior 2. So finding stability between the legs so our upper body is equally balanced. And we're going to lunge over the front leg. So here you may want to walk the front foot out a little bit. Currently we're forward facing and the hips are squared facing in front of us. We're going to open up, bringing the arms parallel to the floor. You may feel your back foot wiggle a little bit for stability. Find your grounding through both feet. Finding all four corners of the feet rooting through the mat below us. Arms are outstretched parallel to the floor. We're drawing the thigh muscles towards one another. Pelvis is tucked under our bodies. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Just finding our stability and bringing our attention back to the breath. Drawing the sides of our bodies long, tall upper bodies and torsos while pressing the shoulders down towards the earth. Possibly lunging a little bit further. Checking in with the knees, noticing what they may need. Easing off if it feels too painful or uncomfortable. Good. Keeping our chests facing the side. We'll rotate our front hand. Inhale, we draw the front hand up over our heads, gazing up towards the outstretched hand. We're in a side body stretch here. We're not in a back bend. So if you're bending backwards, we want to rotate so that the back hand is falling wherever it may. Again, there's no expectation as to a destination here. Enjoy the moment, be present in the moment, and notice the sensations running through the body. Breathing deeply, filling the abdomen and the rib cage with air, creating space between the ribs and the vertebrae. Good. Taking a deep breath in. On the exhale, we'll windmill the arms forward, bringing the forearm down onto the knee, side angle, reaching the upper hand either over the body, above the head, or behind the back. If what you need is to create more space in the chest and the belly today, bring the arm behind the back, rotate the shoulder, and lift the chest towards the sky. Breathing deeply and maintaining a steady rhythm of breath, still remaining in our side body. Good. Coming into a reverse triangle. Inhale, we straighten the front leg, bringing our front arm over top of our head again, and once again, just allowing the back hand to fall where it will naturally. Breathing deeply, remaining in the side body. Good. Deep breaths in, and we'll windmill the arms over once again. Triangle pose. Once again, finding a place for our upper hand wherever it suits the body today. And bringing our bottom hand down. Maybe it's at the shin or the ankle. Perhaps you're even down on the floor, but again, stay in that side body. We're challenging our core and the side strength in this pose. Good. We're going to flow through those 4 poses. Inhale, we come back into our reverse warrior, lunged leg. Exhale, we windmill forward, side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle, straight leg. Continuing to flow through all 4 of these, or picking whichever poses work best for your flow today. Finding our Ujjayi breath, calming the sympathetic nervous system with the breath on each exhale. Going through one more flow, 2 full breaths. And holding here in pyramid. And on the inhale, we press ourselves back up, coming back to standing, pivoting both feet forward. Hands on our hips, and we'll hinge forward slowly. Bringing our hands down to the mat, walking the hands out or walking the feet out, heel toe. Finding a comfortable position where we feel stable. Possibly even bringing the hands flat onto the floor. Allowing the chins to lower to the chest, tucking our heads in, and swaying forward and back. Checking in with the back of the legs. Walking the hands back up, squatting the legs, bringing the hands back to the hips and pressing ourselves back to standing. Great. Pivoting to the opposite side. Once again in warrior two. So finding our stability, our upper bodies are centered over both legs. And eventually we'll lunge over the front leg, bringing our arms parallel to the floor so that the hips rotate towards me. Nice. Gazing over the front hand, looking over the outstretched fingers, and checking in, making sure that our shoulders aren't up around our ears. The pelvis is tucked under, the glutes are engaged, and we've got dynamic tension through both of our legs. Once we've found our position and our grounding, we bring our attention back to the breath. Maybe sinking a little lower into our lunge, bringing our hands down if needed at any time. And once again, we're going to start by deconstructing our flow, inhaling, reversing the front hand, coming into a reverse warrior, staying in the side body, so bringing the chest forward, opening it up. Taking 3 breaths here. Deep breath in through the nose. And then we windmill the arms into our side angle pose. Taking 3 breaths here. Expanding the rib cage laterally. Deep breaths in and out. Inhale, we straighten the front leg, coming into a reverse triangle. Finding our grounding in our feet, extending the spine, elongating from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Good. Deep breaths in, and then we exhale, windmilling into a pyramid. Finding placement for both arms, wherever is most comfortable, opening up the shoulder and the chest in order to create more space for breathing and belly. Good. And now we're going to go into our flow. So inhale, coming into our lunged reverse warrior. Exhale, windmilling into side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, pyramid. Flowing through these at your own speed and comfort level. Finding your breath and your flow. Again, don't overthink it. Just move. And let's do 2 more flows. in triangle. Again, remaining in our side bodies. Breathing laterally, tucking the glutes underneath us, engaging the glutes on both legs equally, reaching as high as we can or wrapping our arm around our back, rotating the shoulder, lifting the chest. Good. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Pivoting our feet forward facing, hands are back on our hips, and we lower back into our wide stance, forward fold. Bringing our hands back down to the mat, finding our grounding, ensuring that our feet are spaced sufficiently well. And we come into a squat here, bringing our hands onto our thighs. We're gonna lower one shoulder into the center at a time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lowering. Pressing the thigh away. Once again, just ensuring we have enough space between our legs for our bodies and our breath so that we're not compressing, we're not squeezing ourselves in between narrow legs. Let's do one more on each side. Really pressing the shoulder down towards the earth, pressing into the thigh. And then we'll hold our squat pose here. Goddess squat, reaching our arms up over our shoulders on the inhale. Great, let's hold here, ensuring that we're balanced and stable. Find our feet firmly planted on the mat below us. Hips are tucked underneath, drawing the abdomen forward as if there's a string, drawing it through from the spine, through the navel. Good, deep breaths in through the nose. On the exhale, we'll lower one arm into the thigh muscle. Inhale, both of them back up. And exhale to the other side. Good. Generating a little more heat in the side body. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, alternating sides. Reminding ourselves that this pose is only temporary, being present through this challenging moment as our legs and our sides light up, pushing through, having the confidence in our own strength and determination. Knowing we won't be here long. This too shall pass. Let's go one more on each side. And we inhale all the way to standing. Yay for that. Bringing our hands back to heart center. And we wiggle our feet in, heels, toes, bringing the feet back under the hips. Give them a little shake. Yay for that. We're going to come into a tree pose before lowering ourselves down onto the mats. So, option to float if this is the first time you're doing tree. Floating the leg off the mat until you find a place where you feel stable enough to hold the leg in place. Alternatively, bringing the leg to 90, grabbing onto the toe. Again, we want to maintain our back health, an erect spine, tucking our foot in without torquing and bending ourselves out of position. Finding a way to get into tree that suits you today. Once there, we press the knee actively away towards the back of the room, engaging the back of the leg and the glute. And then we go ahead and reach the branches high, extending up towards the sky, reaching our fingertips towards the moon. Finding somewhere to gaze at. Again, just being mindful of this moment, maintaining our presence in this moment. Remembering that there is no competition here. We do our best. We find our stability as we're able to. Maintaining our presence in this moment for 2 more breaths. And we'll release out of tree pose on this side and transition over to the other. Giving a little wiggle of the ankle, might feel nice. And again, floating into tree pose or coming into it from a 90-degree angle. You're welcome to press the hands up over the head, palms facing each other, touching if possible, connecting our right and left hemispheres of our brains. Again, actively pressing the knee to the back of the wall and rooting through our foot on the mat. Finding a place to gaze at, bringing our awareness to any sensations in our bodies and the stillness of this moment. It is in these moments of stillness and quiet that we find more connection between our bodies and breath, and we create more self-awareness. Here for 3 more breaths. And we release our treed leg and give our feet a little bit of a wiggle. Good. One last time coming into chair pose, this time only to lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. So finding our way back to the top of the mat. Deep breaths in, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We sink down into chair, wiggling the feet out to the edges of the mat. We're in Malasana squat. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Pressing our elbows into our knees. Elongating the spine, drawing the chest through the arms. Deep breaths in. Opening up the hip joints. And then when you're ready, go ahead and lower down to the mat, starting with our glutes as gracefully as possible. Releasing all the energy that we've generated in today's practice, and we'll lower down very slowly onto the ground, one vertebra at a time, shoulders and head, grabbing a cushion, a block, or anything if you need to elevate your head above your heart. Grabbing a sip of water. And we'll finish off with a few gentle stretches here on the mat. Yay for that. Bring our feet in 90 degrees. The feet are firmly planted about hip width apart. On the exhale, we're going to press into the shoulder blades, lifting our hips off the ground. And we'll hold here in our hip bridge, engaging the glutes and the inner thighs, stacking the knees on top of the ankles, allowing our heads to roll forward, chins towards chest. And we breathe. Drawing the thighs together, maintaining dynamic tension throughout the lower body. And we slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Good. Go ahead and lift the feet off the mat, drawing the knees into the chest. And we give them a hug, rocking side to side or pulsing forward and back, however you like to massage the lower back. Noticing what's happening down there. Maybe even feeling this in the hip flexors, all the muscles and ligaments that run through the hip flexor muscle band, joint. Be gentle. Good. Keeping the left leg hugged in, we'll lower the right down to the mat, either planting the foot back on the mat or extending it long, whichever feels most comfortable. We'll just hug the left knee in for a few breaths. Wrapping our hands behind the thigh muscle, extending the leg up, pressing the heel into the sky on the exhale. On the inhale, we lower the heel back down. Exhale, pressing it up, working to straighten that leg as best as possible, not forcing anything. We'll do one more. Great. And then bringing the left ankle over the right knee. We draw the right knee in, give it a hug, threading the needle. Right hands are clasped over top of the right shin or behind the right thigh, whatever feels most comfortable. And then feeling free to rock side to side or pulsing forward and back. Exploring the sensations in our body. And then if you'd like to come into a spinal twist, let's lower towards the left knee, almost like an eagle, bringing the right foot down to the mat and using the weight of the left foot on top of the right knee. Be gentle again, feeling free to choose a different spinal twist if this one is too intense. Possibly even heel toeing the right foot along the mat to find that sweet spot. Keeping our shoulder blades on the mat, gazing over to the opposite shoulder as feels comfortable. One more breath. And then we'll rotate our knees back to center. Untwine the legs. And we draw the right knee into our chest, giving it a hug. clasping our hands around the back of the thigh, taking a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, we press our heel towards the sky. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we press. Working through any blockages, breathing the back of the leg long. One more. And then we cross the right ankle over the left knee, drawing the left knee into the chest. We give it a hug, threading the needle, rocking side to side or pulsing forward and back. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower into a spinal twist, bringing the right knee towards the ground, and then heel toeing the left foot on the mat to line up with the hip. We're finding the sweet spot for your stretch, extending the arms wide, gazing over the opposite shoulder, keeping our shoulder blades on the mat. Noticing any difference in areas of tightness that we may hold in different sides of the body. Often we have asymmetrical balance we need to work through. We do so gently, honoring the state of our body, not forcing ourselves into any pose. Bringing our feet back to center, untwining the legs, and now bringing both feet in, reaching through, either on the inside or wrapping our hands around or on the outside, or coming into happy baby. Feel free to play around, drawing the elbows towards the armpits, possibly even extending one leg out at a time. Breathing the legs long. Taking our time. We'll be here for a few breaths. Releasing all the energy that we created through all of our squats and our sun salutations. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Trying to find some peace and stillness in the pose. Drawing our shoulder blades towards the mat. And hopefully finding a bit of a release of any blocked energy. Bringing the soles of our feet together, wrapping our hands around them, drawing the heels towards the mat, and pressing the knees away. Again, drawing the shoulder blades down towards the mat and in towards the spine. Dynamic tension through the entire body. Now go ahead and release that. Give ourselves one last hug, a little bit of a back massage with a rock side to side if you like. And then we'll float our way into fetal pose or into Shavasana, corpse pose. However you wish to finish today's practice. We'll take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Enjoying the moment of having stopped. Feeling the contact of our bodies beneath us. The head, the shoulders, the hips, maybe the thighs, the calf muscles and the heels, elbows, forearms, and hands. Taking a moment to reflect on any intention that you may have set at the beginning of practice. Repeating any affirmation that may resonate with you today to empower you through the end of the week, set you up for the weekend. Maybe you need a little reminder of how strong and brave you are, how calm and patient, compassionate or fearless. With smiles on our faces, we give thanks for the opportunity to practice. We give thanks for our community and for something somebody may have done or said in recent days that made you smile, feel supported or loved. We fill our hearts with gratitude. We keep ourselves happy and healthy, bringing vitality and immunity to our bodies and to those around us. I bow to your efforts. I applaud you for getting to the mat today and for making progress here with me. Thank you for practicing with me. I wish you a great continuation. We'll see you next time. Namaste. Curling yourselves up into a little ball whenever you're ready, pressing back up. Coming back to the space around us as and when you feel ready to.